everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
This creature is intelligent.
So I am so happy to give you guys this review today because my local artsy theater was actually showing the new Guillermo Del Toro adult fantasy film, The Shape of Water. It is a movie that is not set to be in wide release until the 22nd of December, but luckily my local artsy theater managed to get it a week early. And this movie, of course, stars Sally Hawkins, Michael Shannon, Michael Stuhlbarg, Octavia Spencer, and the wonderkin of all of Guillermo Del Toro's adult fantasy film work, Doug Jones as the creature. From the get-go, when I saw the trailers for this movie, I knew this was going to be a film that I wanted to see because I love Guillermo Del Toro, I love his storytelling, and I love the uniqueness of every single one of his films that he backs. And this film is no different. This is definitely a true Guillermo Del Toro masterpiece. Probably his best work since Pan's Labyrinth. It is the story of a mute woman named Eliza who works in a government facility in Baltimore, Maryland during the early 1960s. And of course, during the early 1960s was a time of fear and a time of worry because of the fact that the Cold War was very much heating up and they were worried about spies infiltrating. They wanted to beat them in the space race. And lo and behold, one day a hotshot shows up, and he comes bearing this unique creature that he found in South America, and he believes that this is going to be one of the ways that we could learn by studying him how to survive for long periods of time in space, and of course beat the Russians in the space race. And of course the Russians do want to find out the secrets by infiltrating this government organization. But Eliza is a girl who works in the custodial staff, and she sees them bring in this creature, and because of the fact that she always felt like an outcast because she can't speak, she realizes that this creature is also an outcast in the world that just doesn't appreciate or understand them, and they create this beautiful relationship, and it also leads to something that you probably wouldn't expect, but then again, it's a Guillermo Del Toro film, and when it comes to adult fantasies, he makes it clear as a reminder in certain elements as to why they are classified as adult fantasy films, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say without giving any spoilers. This is a very well done film. It's got beautiful things all over and so much Oscar worthiness, especially considering the fact that we have the Golden Globes coming up in the beginning of January, and The Shape of Water is nominated for many of those awards. It is a beautiful screenplay done by Guillermo del Toro, beautiful direction from the same man, beautiful acting, fantastic cinematography, a wonderful color palette of teals and sea greens and blues and whites, and not to mention a brilliant score from Alexandre Desplat, who has basically been someone who is all over the place when it comes to diverse composership, and he's hopefully going to get an Oscar nomination for this film as well. This movie also has a very powerful story because it's something that while it does take place in a different time period than ours, it has so much relatability to today because we're currently now, unfortunately, living in a world of fear and non-understanding. There's a lot of people, whether they live in the United States or if they live on the other side of the globe, they feel as if they are outcast because nobody truly understands them. Even people who are living peacefully in their own neighborhoods, even if it's someone that you know to be your next door neighbor, you don't know entirely much about them, and you always live in fear of somebody that's so close to you, even if it's somebody that you know, and that's what makes it very interesting. The acting is very powerful. I love Sally Hawkins. I love Michael Stuhlbarg in this film as Dimitri. I feel that he is a very familiar face in all of Hollywood. You see this guy. You don't know who he is, but you see him, but I think in the last couple of years, he's really come into his own. I think it's one of his best. Octavia Spencer, she brings the comic relief. You also have an actor who I've never heard of, Richard Jenkins, who plays Eliza's next-door neighbor, and Michael Shannon is absolutely amazing in this film. He really comes off as an extremely scary and powerful villain, and Michael Shannon is one of the few actors out there who knows how to bring a powerful villain to screen. If there's anything that I could say that's a downside to this film is I just don't think that the extreme rewatchability is there, because it's not a movie that I can see myself watching numerous times, because, ironically, I say the same thing about movies like Pan's Labyrinth. It's a fantastic film, but I haven't watched it in years. I don't think at this point in time it's a movie that I would want to add to my collection, but I still feel that it is a movie that I will see again because I thought that it was very well done. It was a beautiful film. I really believe that this may be the movie that truly gives Guillermo Del Toro the credit that he is due. I don't know if it will win Best Picture, but I would love for him to get a Best Director's Award for that. I can't stress enough that you should go see this movie. When it comes out in wide release, try and get a chance to see this movie. You will not see another film like this for a very, very long time. This really is the new E.T. And I'm going to be giving The Shape of Water a 3.5 stars out of 4. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss The Shape of Water, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.